Tonight, we drift back to 500 BCE Persia, where you find yourself in a royal lavender field, shivering in the pre-dawn chill. Your fingers are already sticky with fragrant oil, and you're about to discover the secret behind the most powerful currency in the ancient world. This currency smells like espadé, and your new job is to harvest the unique strain of mountain lavender that turns Persian drachmas into the most soothing coins in history. Let's be honest, you probably wouldn't last an hour without sneezing yourself into next week. So, before we dive in, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop a comment with where you're listening from and what time it is there. Right now, it's that magical hour when the last stars cling to the Xerxes mountains, and the head harvester is eyeing your clumsy hands with deep suspicion. Dim the lights and maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum as we ease into tonight's journey together. Meet the field master, a leathery-skinned man named Farhad, who looks like he's been harvesting lavender since the invention of dirt. He demonstrates the sacred cutting technique. Left hand supports the stem, right hand snips just below the third node unless you want the mint master to have you skinned for inferior product. Mainstream history confirms that Persian lavender, Lavandula angustifolia persica, was bred specifically for coin infusion. But here's a quirky fringe fact: harvesters believed that the plants secreted better oil when whispered poetry to them at dawn. Historians still argue whether this was horticultural science or just what happens when you spend too much time alone with aromatic shrubs. You kneel between rows of lavender that stretch toward the waking horizon, each plant releasing its perfume as the rising sun warms its buds. The scent layers itself in your nose, first floral, then herbal, then something deeper that makes your shoulders relax against your will. Farhad nods approvingly as you fill your first basket, and he says, "Good. Now remember, we harvest only until the shadow touches that rock. After that, the oil turns bitter and the tax collectors get cranky." As the morning progresses, you develop a rhythm: snip, bundle, repeat. The sticky resin coats your fingers like nature's hand cream, and you start to understand why Persian accountants were famously calm. They were essentially getting aromatherapy with every payroll. By midday, when the caravan arrives to transport the harvest to the royal mint, your clothes smell like luxury and your mind drifts somewhere between awake and dreaming. Each snip of lavender is a reminder that you're a part of something larger, a tradition that stretches back thousands of years. In this moment, you are not just harvesting plants, you are cultivating history. You are transforming the landscape with every gentle cut, ensuring that the legacy of lavender-infused currency continues. Feel the power of your actions, for they resonate through time, touching the lives of those who will hold these coins. As you work, remember that every great endeavor begins with a single step, or in this case, a single snip. Embrace the beauty of the present moment, for it is fleeting and filled with opportunity. Let the aroma of lavender inspire you, reminding you of the calm that can be found in hard work. As the sun climbs higher, let your determination rise with it, fueling your passion for this ancient craft. You are not just a harvester, you are a creator of peace, a contributor to a legacy of tranquility and wealth. In this lavender field, you find purpose, art, and the essence of what it means to truly live. So, breathe in deeply, allow the soothing scents to fill your lungs, and let them invigorate your spirit. Remember, you are part of a story that transcends time, and your efforts today will echo through the ages. The scent of lavender still lingers on your fingers as you're ushered into the Perfumers Guildhall, where the air is so thick with floral essences it feels like walking through a visible haze of tranquility. Your nose twitches involuntarily as you pass shelves containing hundreds of clay jars, each labeled with cryptic symbols only the master perfumers can decipher. This is where the magic happens, where raw lavender becomes liquid royalty, and where you're about to learn why not all purple flowers are created equal when it comes to scenting the empire's wealth. The head perfumer, a woman named Parisa with eyes that miss nothing and hands that move like they're conducting invisible music, tests your harvest with a ritual that borders on sacred. She crushes a bud between her fingers, inhales deeply, then places it on her tongue, a practice that would get you fired at modern quality control, but here determines whether your morning's work gets turned into coin perfume or horse liniment.
This batch has good mountain character, she murmurs, but the afternote is slightly anxious.
Did you harvest after the shadow touched the marker stone? Mainstream history shows the Persians developed an elaborate grading system for their aromatic plants, but here's your quirky fringe detail. Guild records mention a legendary midnight lavender that supposedly glowed in the dark and made coins sparkle. Though most scholars now believe this was just a poetic description of particularly good moonlit harvests, historians still argue whether the grading system was based on actual quality or which farmer brought the best bribes. You watch as apprentices separate the buds from stems using bronze combs that look suspiciously like they were repurposed from royal hairbrushes. The best flowers go into stone mortars for gentle pressing, while the rejects get tossed into a corner where they'll eventually end up scenting the sandals of minor bureaucrats. Parisa demonstrates the ideal pressure, enough to release the oil, but not so much that it turns bitter. Think of it like coaxing secrets from a shy diplomat, she says, her wrists moving in smooth circles. By afternoon, your forearms ache from combing, but the Guildhall has transformed into something out of a dream. Sunlight slants through the high windows, illuminating floating pollen and oil droplets that hang in the air like suspended amethysts. The scent is so concentrated it almost has texture. You could probably chew it if Parisa wouldn't slap your hand away. As the first vials of finished oil are sealed with beeswax and stamped with the royal insignia, you understand why these perfumers were paid in gold. They weren't just making money smell nice, they were bottling the essence of imperial calm. The mint hits your senses like a warm wave of metallic lavender as you step into the cavernous workspace where silver becomes scented currency. Dozens of workers move in practiced chaos around bubbling vats of floral infusion, their forearms glistening with a permanent sheen of oil and precious metals. This is where your carefully harvested lavender meets cold, hard cash, literally, and where you're about to learn why Persian coins didn't just represent wealth, but literally smelled like it. Your new supervisor, a barrel-chested Armenian named Tigran with silver dust permanently embedded in his beard, hands you a wooden paddle taller than you are. Stir clockwise until your arm falls off, he grunts, pointing to a vat where freshly minted drachmas swirl in a lavender-infused almond oil bath that smells like the world's most expensive salad dressing. Then we switch you to the drying racks before you pass out from the fumes. Mainstream archaeology confirms Persian mints used precise oil-to-coin ratios, but here's your bizarre fringe fact: workers believe the silver-absorbed scent better during certain moon phases. Mint records show production spikes around the new moon. Historians still argue whether this was astrological belief or just clever shift scheduling to avoid moonlight visibility during night operations. The rhythmic clink of coins against bronze strainers becomes hypnotic as you work. Tigran periodically fishes out a test drachma, sniffs it like a sommelier evaluating wine, then either nods approval or makes you start the infusion process over. Too floral and traders get distracted, he explains. Too metallic and they start questioning purity. We want that sweet spot where a merchant pauses mid-haggle to inhale deeply and forgets what he was arguing about. As the hours pass, you notice something peculiar. Despite the chaotic environment, no one seems stressed. Workers move with unusual calm, even when a delivery of fresh silver ingots arrives late. The lavender haze hanging over the mint isn't just scent, it's atmospheric sedative, turning what should be a high-pressure job into something resembling a meditative practice. By sunset, when Tigran dismisses the shift with a yawn, you realize why Persian mints never had worker revolts. Everyone was too blissed out on floral fumes to complain. This is a reminder that in the midst of chaos, tranquility can be found. Embrace the environment around you, and let it lift your spirits. You are part of something greater, a legacy that intertwines the essence of nature with the fabric of commerce. Each stir of the paddle is not just labor, it is an art form, a dance between man and material. As you immerse yourself in this world, remember that every drop of lavender oil enhances not just the coins, but your own experience. This is your opportunity to learn, to grow, and to thrive in an atmosphere that encourages creativity and calmness. Take pride in the role you play. You are a vital part of a rich history that spans across cultures and centuries. Let the scent of lavender inspire you, reminding you that beauty can emerge from the most unexpected places. In every coin you help create, there lies a story, a connection to the past that will resonate for generations. So stir with passion, breathe deeply, and let the floral fragrance fuel your ambition. You are not just a worker, you are a craftsman in a timeless tradition, and your journey is just beginning. The economics of scent hit you like a perfumed ledger as you're summoned to the royal treasury's counting room. Clerks in lavender-stained robes move piles of fragrant drachmas with ritual precision. Your new assignment? Tracking how these floral coins gain value as they travel further from Persepolis. Distance makes the nose grow fonder, and the empire's accountants have turned this into a precise science. The chief treasurer, Varum, smells like a walking potpourri sack. He demonstrates the scent premium calculations with abacus beads worn smooth by generations of aromatic accounting. See this caravan manifest? He says, pointing to a parchment where numbers swim before your lavender-dazed eyes. These coins gained 13% value by the time they reached Babylon, not from weight or purity, but because the scent held strong through 3 sandstorms. Mainstream economic records confirm scented coins traded at higher values. Delightfully, some merchant guilds employed professional coin sniffers who could detect counterfeit drachmas by bouquet alone. Historians still argue whether these experts had supernatural olfactory abilities or just really good marketing skills. You spend the afternoon comparing scent degradation charts against trade routes. Coins that traveled through cedar forests retained their fragrance better than those crossing salt deserts. Varum reveals a secret compartment containing reference coins, century-old drachmas sealed in beeswax. This, he says reverently, is why we don't let just any lavender near the mint. A coin that smells like a cheap brothel won't buy you a cup of piss in Damascus. As dusk paints the treasury walls gold, you realize the true brilliance of the system. While other empires obsessed over gold content, the Persians mastered something far more valuable, the psychology of scent. That faint lavender trail following every transaction wasn't just pleasant, it was a silent herald. This money is real, this empire is stable, now please stop revolting and enjoy the floral notes. The marketplace hums with a different energy today as you follow the first lavender-infused drachmas into circulation. What should be the usual chaotic symphony of haggling and bartering has taken on an oddly mellow tone, like someone turned down the volume on human greed. Merchants who normally scream themselves hoarse over copper weights are discussing prices with the calm deliberation of philosophers. Customers pause mid-transaction to absent-mindedly sniff their coins before handing them over, a moment of pure connection with their currency. Your guide, a spice merchant named Roxana who's been working the bazaar since she could count, plucks a freshly scented drachma from your pouch and rubs it between her fingers like a worry stone. With a knowing glint in her eye, she whispers, "Watch the carpet seller." Normally he'd be threatening customers with his yardstick by now, but today is different. Instead, the notoriously volatile merchant is calmly explaining the weaving techniques of distant Samarkand to a fascinated crowd. His hands move in uncharacteristically graceful arcs, a testament to the transformative power of these lavender coins. Mainstream historical accounts document the calming effects of scented currency on Persian marketplaces. But here's your quirky fringe observation: some merchants claim the lavender coins made customers suggestively vulnerable to upsells. One textile vendor's records boast, scented drachmas make men buy silk shirts for their wives' lovers. Historians still argue whether this was psychological manipulation or just the natural effects of floral aromas lowering everyone's defenses. As you move through the bazaar's labyrinthine alleys, you notice the usual sharp tang of sweat and livestock is undercut by something softer. It's the collective exhale of thousands of lavender coins changing hands, a shared experience of tranquility. Even the tax collectors move differently today, their usual predatory prowl replaced by what can only be described as a pleasant stroll. One stops to help an old woman rearrange her fig baskets instead of demanding his cut, embodying a spirit of community.
He continues whistling, a melody of peace that lingers in the air.
By midday, the entire marketplace has taken on the quality of a waking dream, a magical space where anything feels possible. A bread seller breaks into spontaneous poetry while weighing barley flour, his words weaving through the air like sweet pastries.
Two rival merchants who feuded for decades are spotted sharing a pot of tea, a surprising truce in the name of harmony.
And when a donkey startles and overturns a pottery stall, the owner simply sighs and begins collecting the larger fragments. This act of restraint is so shocking that nearby witnesses immediately declare it a miracle, a moment that redefines the ordinary. As the sun dips below the bazaar's clay rooftops, Roxana hands you a cup of mint tea and a lavender-scented drachma to rub between your fingers. She observes the peaceful crowd with satisfaction, a reflection of the serenity that envelopes the bazaar. This, she says, is why we don't just trade coins.
We trade calm.
In this moment, you realize that the true currency of life is not just wealth, but the peace we cultivate in our interactions.
The lavender drachmas serve as a reminder that tranquility can transform not only a marketplace but our lives as well.
Imagine if we could carry this serenity into every aspect of our existence, how different our world would be. So as you stand in this vibrant bazaar, take a deep breath and embrace the calm that surrounds you. Let this experience inspire you to seek harmony in your own life and relationships. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity to trade not just goods, but the gift of peace and understanding. As you leave the marketplace, carry this lesson with you: calm is a currency that enriches us all. The scent detection chamber feels more like a temple than a treasury office, and you are about to step into the Empire's most secretive anti-counterfeiting operation.
Rows of blindfolded noses sit cross-legged on silk cushions, their heads tilted toward incoming coins like sunflowers tracking daylight.
This is where the Empire's most sensitive olfactory experts work, and where money doesn't just talk, it sings in aromatic notes only a trained nose can decipher. Your instructor, Bahram, a wiry old man with nasal passages that have probably been declared a national landmark, hands you a suspicious drachma. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, he instructs, his voice steady and encouraging. Now tell me, what do you smell besides lavender and poor life choices?
Mainstream numismatic studies confirm that Persian mints employed scent-based authentication, but the bizarre fringe detail is what captures your imagination.
The best detectors were allegedly trained by having coins rubbed against their mothers' breasts as infants, creating an olfactory memory of true imperial currency. Historians still debate whether this was early psychology or just an excuse for Treasury officials to be weird with babies, but it adds a layer of intrigue to your training. You watch as the master noses work through a tray of suspect coins, their expressions shifting from concentration to disgust at speeds that would shame a wine connoisseur.
One coin makes Bahram recoil like he's bitten into a lemon, exclaiming, "Chamomile! Amateur hour."
He explains that it's probably from that counterfeit operation near Sardis. They always overcompensate with calming herbs. Another coin earns an approving nod from Bahram, proper mountain lavender with a hint of.
Is that coriander?
You realize that clever bastards in Ecbatana have been stealing recipes again, and the competition is fierce. The afternoon passes in a haze of failed sniff tests and increasingly creative adulterant combinations that test your resolve. By sunset, your own nose feels raw from exposure to rogue mint attempts involving everything from rosewater to fermented goat milk. Bahram pats your shoulder as you misidentify a particularly clever fake, his touch reassuring and warm. Don't feel bad, he says, his tone lighthearted yet profound. It takes 30 years to smell money properly. His words linger in the air, a reminder that mastery comes with time and patience. Until then, you're just some idiot huffing coins, he chuckles, but you sense the underlying encouragement.
In this chamber of sense, you are not just learning about currency, you are embarking on a journey of sensory discovery.
Each failed attempt is a stepping stone, each misidentified coin a lesson in resilience and growth. As the sun sets, painting the chamber in golden hues, you understand that every great expert was a novice once. You are part of a lineage of scent detectors, each of whom has faced the same challenges you do now. The journey may be long, but the rewards of your labor will be sweet, aromatic, and fulfilling. With renewed determination, you inhale deeply, ready to embrace the next coin and the lessons it holds. This is not just about detecting counterfeits, it's about honing your instincts and trusting your senses. Every sniff brings you closer to the truth, every setback is a chance to learn, and every coin is a story waiting to be uncovered. So, take a breath, focus, and let the scents guide you on this extraordinary adventure. You are about to unlock a world where money has a voice, and you are learning to listen. The vault doors groan open, a sound that whispers of untold riches and centuries of history. As you step inside, the air thickens with the accumulated lavender scent of a million coins, hitting you like a fragrant brick wall. Your eyes water, not from tears but from the sheer olfactory overload. This is the essence of wealth trapped in a stone room with minimal ventilation. The guards stationed here bear the 1,000-yard stare of men who have become tranquilized by the very air they breathe. They are the guardians of this legendary treasury, a place where the scent of prosperity overwhelms the senses. Leading you through the stacks of coin sacks is Gobrias, the treasurer, a eunuch whose movements flow like he's swimming through the thick perfume. "We rotate the guards every 2 hours, he murmurs, a hint of dry humor in his voice. Any longer and they start trying to hug the tax collectors. He kicks a snoozing sentry awake, and you realize this is a daily occurrence, a rhythm of life in this aromatic sanctuary. Mainstream historians tell tales of the Persian treasury's vast wealth, but you've stumbled upon a quirky fringe fact. Visiting diplomats reported seeing lavender ghosts. These were phantom scents that lingered on clothes for weeks after visits, leaving a trace of opulence that sparked debate among historians. Was it psychological imprinting or simply the power of persistent essential oils? The mystery lingers as thick as the air around you. Your task is now set: help tally a new deposit, a peculiar responsibility that involves the art of sniffing sample coins from each sack. By the 10th bag, your nose has gone numb, and your mental math skills have devolved to preschool levels. Gobrias watches you with amusement, his eyes twinkling, as you struggle to differentiate between Imperial Reserve quality and Provincial Mint acceptable. The trick, he whispers conspiratorially, is to exhale first. Otherwise, you're just smelling your own bad decisions. In this place, the treasury reveals its bizarre acoustic properties. Whispers carry farther, shouts become muffled, and the clink of coins transforms into a dreamlike melody. A clerk across the room drops a heavy sack. The crash should wake the dead, but it reaches your ears as a distant, pleasant chime. You begin to understand why Persian kings stored their wealth this way. Who could plot a coup in a lavender-scented haze? As the shift ends, you step out of the treasury and into the harsh sunlight, blinking as your senses adjust. The street now smells wrong: donkey dung and cooking fires devoid of that comforting floral undertone. As you walk home, you notice merchants pausing to sniff in your direction, their eyes glazing over with involuntary calm. You've become a walking advertisement for imperial monetary policy, a testament to the power of fragrance and wealth. This experience is a reminder of the impact our environment has on us, shaping our thoughts and ambitions. You realize that even in the most mundane tasks, there is a beauty to be found if you choose to embrace it. Every coin you smell is a reminder of the legacy that has come before you, a call to honor the past while forging your own path. Let the scent of lavender inspire you, motivating you to seek out the richness in your own life. In the world of finance, as in life, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the experiences, the stories, and the memories we create. As you make your way home, carry the essence of this treasury with you, allowing it to guide your decisions and aspirations. Remember, the true wealth lies not just in coins, but in the experiences that shape who we are. Embrace the lavender, the tranquility, and let it empower you to reach for your own legendary treasures. In the grand hall of diplomacy, where the air is thick with the scent of strategy and floral allure, we find ourselves on the precipice of a remarkable challenge. Today, we shadow Artabanus, the chief envoy of the Persian Empire, a master of not only negotiation but of the subtle art of scent. He applies lavender oil to his beard, a ritual that transforms him from a mere diplomat into a formidable force, ready to face even the most obstinate of opponents. As he steps into the diplomatic reception hall, his robes swirl around him, releasing waves of fragrance that captivate and confuse the senses. The Greek delegates, known for their fiery tempers and unyielding resolve, are here, yet today's atmosphere feels different, curious, almost whimsical. Artabanus leans in and whispers, "Notice how I don't offer the lavender drachmas until after the third wine course. By then, they're thirsty for hospitality, not merely coins."
This is not just negotiation, this is a dance, a delicate balance of power, perception, and the potent force of aroma.
Mainstream history may highlight Persia's diplomatic victories, but the whispers of the past tell a different tale, one of perfume and persuasion that left the Greeks bewildered. As we observe, the most fierce of the Greek delegates, who once swore to die before conceding, is now lost in thought, absently rubbing a coin beneath his nose. The lavender's magic is undeniable. It seeps into their minds, softening their stances and igniting curiosity where there once was anger. And as the scent thickens, a delegate who threatened violence now passionately shares his admiration for Athenian poetry, the transformation nothing short of miraculous. Here, in this aromatic battlefield, the coins circulate freely, and against all odds, treaties are signed, alliances forged, and smiles exchanged.
Artabanus, ever the strategist, gathers us for a debrief, eager to impart his wisdom on the art of aromatic diplomacy.
Spartans respond best to lavender cut before dawn, he instructs, while Athenians prefer the midday harvest, and Thebans will sign anything if you mix in a little rose. Each flower carries its own weight in negotiation, its own power to sway the hearts and minds of those who inhale its essence.
He pauses, sniffing a test drachma from the next mint batch. This one's for the Macedonians, extra floral notes to distract from how little silver we're actually offering. As we make our exit, we find the Greek delegates outside, still entranced by the aroma, some sniffing their treaty scrolls with bewildered glee.
One delegate, usually so fierce, now gently pets a stray cat, a symbol of peace in a garden where flowers have mastered the art of diplomacy. Mission accomplished, the Persian Empire has once again secured peace without a single shot being fired, armed only with lavender and a touch of clever psychology. Let this be a lesson: in the world of negotiation, sometimes the softest touch, the gentlest scent, can yield the strongest of results.
We are reminded that diplomacy is as much about understanding human nature as it is about the strength of one's position.
As we reflect on today's success, we realize that true power lies not in aggression, but in the ability to connect, to empathize, and to inspire. May we carry forth this lesson into our own endeavors, using creativity and compassion as our guiding principles. In the end, it's not just about treaties and agreements, it's about building relationships, nurturing understanding, and fostering a spirit of collaboration.
And as we move forward, let the scent of lavender remind us that even in the most challenging of circumstances, there exists an opportunity for peace. The tax collection office smells like a contradiction: equal parts bureaucratic anxiety and lavender-induced calm.
Today, you observe Persia's most hated civil servants at work, but something is different. They are moving with uncharacteristic lethargy, their usual predatory efficiency softened by the constant exposure to scented coins. One assessor yawns mid-audit and apologetically lowers a merchant's estimated taxes by 15%. Another falls asleep at his abacus, fingers still twitching as if calculating in his dreams. The chief tax collector, Vinda, looks like he hasn't slept properly in decades as he rubs his temples while reviewing the day's receipts. "We used to process 200 assessments before noon," he mutters, frustration evident in his tone.
"Now we're lucky to finish 50 without someone dozing off into the ledger."
He glares at a particularly fragrant sack of coins, as if it personally betrayed him.
Mainstream records confirm Persian tax revenues fluctuated with scenting practices, hinting at deeper issues.
Here's a quirky fringe discovery: some regional governors secretly employed arousal agents, peppermint or citrus oils, to keep their tax teams alert. Historians still argue whether this was early workplace productivity hacking or just mint workers messing with their least favorite colleagues. You follow a collection team into the field and witness the system's flaws firsthand. A usually fierce collector named Drachma becomes distracted mid-raid by a farmer's lavender patch. He abandons his confiscation orders to discuss pruning techniques, showcasing a rare moment of humanity. Back at headquarters, clerks move through their paperwork with dreamy slowness. They occasionally pause to inhale deeply from coin sacks like Victorian women with smelling salts, savoring the scent. By sunset, the office has transformed into something resembling a narcoleptic's support group. Vinda, overwhelmed by the chaos, gives up trying to maintain order and instead orders cushions for an impromptu nap time. As you leave, you spot him curled around a ledger, snoring softly. One hand still clutches a lavender-scented drachma like a child's comfort blanket, a symbol of his exhaustion. The empire's financial machinery may be running slower, but at least no one's getting stabbed over tax disputes anymore. This peculiar shift in the atmosphere may serve as a reminder that even the most mundane tasks can be infused with a sense of peace. Perhaps a new approach is needed, a blend of efficiency and serenity to navigate the complexities of tax collection. Let this be a motivational call to embrace change, to seek balance in the chaos of bureaucratic life. Imagine a world where productivity and calm coexist harmoniously, where workers feel valued and inspired. In the midst of chaos, let us find our own lavender patches, our moments of tranquility. Together, we can transform the narrative of tax collection from one of dread to one of purpose and fulfillment. Let us rally around our shared mission, fostering an environment where civil servants thrive. As Vinda drifts off into his dreams, let us dream of a brighter future for the empire's financial landscape. The key to progress lies not just in numbers, but in the well-being of those who serve the public. Let us strive to create a system that reflects our values and uplifts our spirits. For in the end, it is not merely about collecting taxes, but about collecting a sense of pride in our work. In the heart of the Macedonian camp, a unique chaos unfolds, where unwashed armor meets the intoxicating scent of captured treasure. Here, battle-hardened soldiers, who once faced down war elephants without a flinch, now approach fragrant coin sacks with the caution of fine wine tasters, their expressions a mix of curiosity and confusion. As you observe, a grizzled captain takes a deep sniff of a coin, his eyes widening in disbelief, before passing it to his comrade, their expressions reflecting the bewilderment of men whose understanding of wealth has just been turned upside down. The quartermaster, Lysimachus, a stressed Thracian, stands amidst the chaos, rubbing his temples in frustration over accounting scrolls that seem to mock him. How do we value this? He hisses, bewildered by the fragrant coins that smell of nostalgia and family heirlooms, challenging the very essence of coinage. Nearby, soldiers engage in a lively trading session based solely on the intensity of sense, ignoring the traditional values printed on the coins, embodying a new form of commerce driven by sensory experience. Mainstream history may record the Macedonian confusion over Persian customs, but here lies the quirky truth. Some veterans later claimed that the scented coins inspired prophetic dreams, blurring the line between reality and imagination. Historians still debate whether these claims were born of genuine psychoactive effects or the clever marketing tactics of captured Persian mint workers striving to retain their livelihoods. You follow Lysimachus as he interrogates a captured Persian treasurer, demanding to know the significance of the lavender infused within the coins. The Persian, a perpetual smile gracing his face, replies with a simplicity that reveals deep wisdom: good coins smell nice. Nice smells make people happy. Happy people don't revolt. Lysimachus's frustration is palpable, yet the calming aroma wafts through the air, rendering his anger almost absurd against the backdrop of such peculiar logic. As the sun sets, an unusual serenity blankets the camp, transforming the typically boisterous atmosphere into one of quiet reflection. Soldiers gather in circles, exchanging coins and sharing introspective war stories, their bravado softened by the scent that now envelopes them. Even Alexander, the great conqueror, is seen contemplating a drachma with a newfound philosophical interest, tucking it into his tunic as if it holds secrets of the universe. This moment of quietude is a testament to the power of change, for it is not merely the coins that have been captured, but also the spirits of those who fought for them. As you prepare to leave, you catch a glimpse of Lysimachus, secretly rubbing a coin on his wrists like a fine perfume, a small act of rebellion against the chaos of his duties. In this peculiar moment, the Macedonian war machine, having conquered Persia, finds itself subtly conquered by the enchanting aroma of lavender. This experience serves as a reminder that even in the midst of battle, there exists an opportunity for reflection, growth, and unexpected joy. Let this be a lesson to us all, that sometimes, the most profound transformations come from the most unexpected sources. As we navigate the complexities of life, may we embrace the sense of our journeys, allowing them to inspire us towards greater heights. In every challenge we face, there lies a potential for discovery, and in every moment of confusion, a chance to redefine our understanding. So, let us march forward with open minds and open hearts, ready to embrace the fragrant possibilities that life has to offer. The Alchemist's Workshop is an explosion of scents, combining the charred remnants of wisdom with floral fragrances, creating an atmosphere both chaotic and strangely inviting. Here, in the heart of Persia, you stand among the greatest minds, men dedicated to the pursuit of a dream that dances on the edge of magic and science. Every scroll that surrounds you tells a story of ambition and failure, a testament to the relentless quest for knowledge that defines these brilliant alchemists. As you observe, one researcher is hunched over a cauldron, muttering incantations as he stirs what appears to be a bubbling mass of molten violets, a symbol of desperation and hope. Zoroaster, the chief alchemist, epitomizes passion and determination as he wipes the lavender oil from his brow, revealing the weight of his aspirations. He leans closer, eyes gleaming with fervor, sharing their ultimate goal, to isolate the essence of trust from the very coins that govern their economy. Imagine the possibilities, he whispers, as one drop of this essence could transform the behavior of even the most hardened tax collector. The workshop erupts with energy, and in the background, an apprentice's violent sneeze sends a cloud of purple powder swirling, a reminder of the unpredictable nature of experimentation. Mainstream Persian science has made strides, yet here in this haven of alchemy, the fantastical intertwines with the scientific, leading to the quest for philosophers' lavender. This mythical strain, nurtured only by virgins singing hymns, blurs the line between reality and folklore, igniting debates among historians about its true origins. As you prepare to document an experiment, you feel the weight of responsibility. This is not just about science, but about uncovering the mysteries of human nature. Today, the focus is on sunlight, silver mirrors, and Zoroaster's prized moon-infused lavender water, an elixir said to possess magical properties. The theory is audacious: coins steeped under specific zodiac signs will inspire honesty, a noble pursuit in a world often clouded by deception. But as the experiment unfolds, results prove to be unpredictable. While the merchant is candid about his prices, his newfound affection for hugging customers raises eyebrows. By dusk, the workshop becomes a tapestry of curiosity and creativity, each researcher lost in their own world of potential breakthroughs. One claims to have captured the scent of imperial authority, a concoction that exudes saffron and a hint of narcissism, echoing the complexities of power. Another researcher, having tested his eternal calm potion, finds solace under a table, a humorous reminder of the risks taken in the name of discovery. As you prepare to leave, Zoroaster approaches with a vial in hand, a gesture of camaraderie and trust. For insomnia, he assures you, a simple solution lies within, revealing that sometimes the most profound answers are disguised in the ordinary. Uncorking the vial later, you find plain lavender oil, a testament to the beauty of simplicity and the wisdom of these passionate alchemists. In this workshop, dreams are forged, failures are celebrated, and the pursuit of knowledge is a relentless journey filled with laughter and learning. Each experiment, each failure, is a stepping stone toward a greater understanding of the world, a motivational reminder that every setback is an opportunity for growth. You leave the workshop inspired, carrying with you not just a vial of lavender oil, but a renewed sense of purpose and the belief that magic and science can coexist in harmony. In the heart of the Sassanid Mint, a transformation is underway, blending the realms of currency and dreams. Imagine a place where the air is thick with the scent of herbs and the sweet undertones of opium, creating a unique atmosphere that both intrigues and calms. This is not just a mint, it's a sanctuary of sleep-inducing coins, each one infused with a trace of opium, designed to usher in a new era of commerce. As you step inside, you witness workers moving in drowsy silence, their actions slow and deliberate, as if they are part of a dreamscape. The mint master, Kavod, stands before you, his eyes wide yet weary, revealing the depths of his innovative vision. Regular lavender coins calm markets, he explains, his voice a soft murmur, but these open the gates to dream commerce. His grand gestures point to a stack of shimmering coins, radiating an aura that makes your eyelids heavy just to be near them. Nearby, a clerk has succumbed to the allure of the fragrant haze, face-planting into an accounting scroll, blissfully unaware of the world around him. Mainstream numismatics acknowledges the calming properties of late Persian coins, but this is something entirely different, a bizarre exploration of the senses. Palace records whisper of a failed attempt to create hyperalert coins, infused with ephedra, which sent tax collectors vibrating through walls, a chaotic experiment that was quickly abandoned. Historians still debate the legitimacy of these experiments. Were they economic innovations or mere whims of rulers seeking to toy with their subjects? Your role is clear: observe the market's reaction to these new, fragrant coins and report back on the outcomes. What unfolds is a tapestry of unexpected interactions. A baker accepts 7 coins for bread worth 10, then drifts off to sleep in his own oven, thankfully unlit. 2 merchants, long at odds, resolve their disputes with a sleepy embrace, proving that even the fiercest rivalries can be soothed by a gentle haze. A tax collector, moved by the tears of a debtor lamenting childhood loneliness, reduces an assessment, showcasing the transformative power of empathy. The bazaar, once a bustling marketplace, now resembles a cozy slumber party, filled with laughter, warmth, and camaraderie. Even the stray dogs have found their own patches of sunlight, comfortably dozing as the world around them shifts into a dreamlike state. Kavod surveys this serene scene with a smile of satisfaction, proclaiming, "You see? Peace through chemistry." His words resonate with a truth that extends beyond the mint. There is power in tranquility, and sometimes, the best solutions come from unexpected places. As he leans against the wall and gently slides into a sitting nap, you can't help but feel inspired by the harmony surrounding you. Yet, as you tiptoe away, a peculiar sight catches your eye. The city guards, once vigilant, are now nodding off at their posts. This explains how a merchant has wheeled away his entire stall without a hint of payment, a testament to the peaceful chaos that has enveloped the city. In this moment, you realize that the Sassanid Mint is more than just a place of currency. It is a reflection of human nature, where dreams and commerce intertwine. As you reflect on this experience, remember that sometimes, the most revolutionary ideas come from daring to blend the unexpected. Let the essence of the mint inspire you to think outside the box, to embrace innovation, and to find peace in the chaos of everyday life. After all, in a world that often demands productivity, there is profound wisdom in allowing ourselves moments of rest and connection. So take this lesson with you: the path to progress may not always be paved with rigid determination, but rather with the gentle embrace of creativity and tranquility. As you journey forward, let the dream commerce of the Sassanid Mint remind you that true innovation often lies within the realms of imagination. In the heart of Baghdad, the Caliph's mint is alive with the scent of transformation. Once filled with the fragrant whispers of Persian lavender, it now embraces the delicate aroma of rosewater. You find yourself witnessing a historic moment, where the last Persian mint master imparts his wisdom to a new generation. This is not just about coins, it's about the essence of culture, tradition, and adaptation. As the chief imam has decreed, no opium, but the delightful embrace of rosewater is welcomed.
Yet, the transition is anything but seamless.
Arab apprentices wrinkle their noses at the lingering lavender notes, reminiscent of grandmother's closet.
Some express concerns that these floral hints interfere with their focus during prayer.
The Persian master, whose name dances with al-prefixes, sighs in exasperation. He demonstrates the ancient art of infusion for what feels like the 100th time, determined to pass on his legacy. The rich history of Islamic finance has absorbed many Persian practices, yet there's a quirky twist to this tale. Some early Islamic coins carry faint traces of musk, perhaps a nod to nomadic traders and their preferences. Historians debate whether this was a cultural adaptation or just mint workers playing with their perfume budgets. As you observe the new Arab mint master, Abdullah, a no-nonsense Yemeni, you see a man ready to forge a new path. He swiftly replaces the lavender vats with rosewater sprinklers, signaling a clear departure from the past. The drying racks are repositioned to face Mecca, emphasizing the importance of faith in their work. Workers now perform ablutions before touching the coins, blending tradition with a newfound sense of purity. And amid all these changes, something profound remains, the magic of scent that makes money feel trustworthy. As the sun sets, the mint takes on a fresh identity, shedding its old skin. The last of the Persian-style coins is melted down, their lavender scent rising in a fragrant farewell.
Abdullah watches this transformation with unexpected nostalgia, a bittersweet reflection on what was.
He acknowledges, the old ways weren't bad, just very Persian. In his hand, he presents you with a freshly minted dirham, its rose scent light and invigorating.
This new currency, free from the drowsy weight of its predecessors, symbolizes progress.
In this moment, you realize that change is not just necessary, it can be beautiful. The mint, now filled with the scent of rosewater, encapsulates a future brimming with promise. Every coin holds a story, a blend of history, faith, and the pursuit of trust. As the last Persian master steps back, he sees his legacy transformed, not erased. He smiles, knowing that progress, indeed, smells sweet. In the heart of the finance minister's office, an air of panic and frustration looms as the fate of scented currency hangs in the balance. Scholars, gathered in heated debate, grapple with the implications of new silver purity laws that strip coins of their aromatic identities. The term adulterance has taken on a life of its own, encompassing everything from the delicate notes of lavender oil to the sweet embrace of rosewater. You witness a guild master, embodying the spirit of a bygone era, dramatically sniffing a test coin and declaring it dead metal to a chorus of dismay. The accountants, with furrowed brows, fret over the daunting task of recalibrating centuries of economic psychology, a challenge that seems insurmountable. Amidst this chaos, Jafar, the beleaguered finance minister, massages his temples, weighed down by petitions and public expectations. The people expect their money to smell like something, he mutters, a hint of desperation in his voice, preferably something that doesn't remind them of tax collectors. Outside, the atmosphere is electric as merchants protest, waving fragrant old coins like smelling salts, demanding a return to the sensory experiences of the past. Mainstream economic history may mark this moment as the end of aromatic currency, but there lies a delightful fringe discovery waiting to be unearthed. Across regional mints, whispers of rebellion persist, where artisans continue to send coins in secret, using clever tricks like lavender-scented storage sacks. Historians remain divided as to whether this act is a tribute to tradition or merely a nostalgic longing for the olfactory joys of their craft. You follow a group of veteran money handlers, observing their rituals that now seem futile as they sniff each batch of coins out of habit. Despite the identical metallic content, they reject coins that smell wrong, a testament to the deep-rooted connection between scent and value. Among them is Rostam, an elderly changer who carries a vial of lavender oil, secretly rubbing it on new coins that offend his senses. For my nerves, he insists, blending the fresh mint scent with the weight of modern austerity that hangs heavily in the air.
As dusk descends, the grand old scenting vats, once symbols of tradition, are being dismantled and carted away for scrap metal.
The last lavender harvest sits neglected in storerooms, destined to become perfume rather than a vital component of finance. Walking through the quieting streets, you observe merchants unconsciously rubbing old scented coins between their fingers during transactions. This tactile memory serves as a poignant reminder of a time when money didn't just represent value, but carried its own sensory poetry. In this moment, the essence of what currency used to be collides with the stark reality of what it has become. Yet, even in the face of loss, there lies a spark of resilience, a glimmer of hope that the spirit of scented currency will not fade away so easily. As society evolves, so too does the nature of value. It is a reminder that change is inevitable, yet our memories and traditions can endure. So let us celebrate the past, honor the scents that have shaped our economies, and strive to find new ways to infuse our lives with the richness of experience. In the end, it's not just about the currency we hold, but the stories, the memories, and the connections that make our lives truly valuable. The last lavender harvest moon rises over Persepolis, casting a gentle glow on the ancient city, a reminder of traditions long cherished. In the heart of the mint, the old mint master prepares his final batch, a solitary figure immersed in a ritual that will soon fade into history. You watch in silence, captivated by the grace of his movements, the precision and care that only decades of experience can cultivate. No assistants crowd around him, no accountants tally the numbers, it is just one man and his craft, a testament to dedication in a world that rushes forward. With each measure of oil and silver, he weaves a tapestry of scents that will linger in the air long after the last coin is minted. The familiar aroma of lavender rises, wrapping around you like an embrace, a ghostly presence reluctant to depart from this moment. He catches your gaze and smiles, lifting a freshly dipped drachma, its surface glistening with promise. Come, he invites, one last sniff for history. As you hold the coin, warmth radiates from it, the lavender notes richer than you recall, mixed with a bittersweet undertone that evokes memories of yesteryears. Outside, the sounds of reform echo through the streets, a cacophony of change, yet here, in this corner of the mint, time seems to hold its breath. Mainstream history may record the end of Persian scented currency, but you are privy to a poignant secret. Archaeological digs occasionally unearth coins with faint floral traces, remnants of a time when money danced with scent. Historians debate whether these were acts of resistance or merely coins stored with scented materials, a mystery that lingers like the fragrance itself. As dawn approaches, the mint master meticulously seals his last vial of infusion oil with wax, pressing his ring into it, a personal signature on a legacy. For my grandson, he declares, a bittersweet acknowledgement of a future where money loses its soul, replaced by the coldness of greed. You walk with him to the gates, where workers arrive, their hammers echoing like a countdown to the end of an era. At the threshold, you pause, cradling the drachma in your palm, its lavender scent fading with the passing hours. The mint master nods, recognizing your hesitation, and offers sage advice. Breathe deep, some things are meant to be remembered this way. As you walk away, the first rays of sunlight strike the mint's dome, transforming it into gold, a different kind of alchemy heralding a new age. This moment embodies the essence of perseverance and the importance of holding on to the values that define us, even when the world demands change. The legacy of the mint master is not just in the coins he crafted, but in the stories they carry, the memories that inspire generations. Let this last lavender harvest moon serve as a reminder that while change is inevitable, the spirit of tradition lives on in the hearts of those who choose to remember. Embrace the bittersweet nature of nostalgia, for it fuels our passion and guides us toward a future where we can blend the old with the new. In every challenge, there lies an opportunity to honor the past while forging a path forward, creating a future that respects history. As the sun rises higher, illuminating the world anew, take a moment to reflect on what scents and memories you wish to carry with you. For in this journey of life, it is the essence of our experiences, the lavender notes of our past, that shape the richness of our present and future. And so we leave ancient Persia, where for centuries money didn't just clink, it sang in floral notes, carried mountain breezes in its scent, and soothed tempers with every transaction.
There's something profoundly human about that idea, isn't there?
That value could be measured not just in weight and purity, but in the quiet magic of a shared deep breath. As you drift toward sleep tonight, maybe imagine your own currency of calm.
What would it smell like? Lavender from sun-warmed slopes? Roses picked at dawn?
Or perhaps something entirely your own, a scent that carries safety and trust in its very molecules.
The Persians understood something we often forget, that economics isn't just numbers, but nerves.
That systems work better when they account for the human senses, for the way a fragrance can lower shoulders and open hands. Their coins may no longer scent the world, but the lesson lingers like perfume on an old letter.
So breathe deep now. Let the modern world fade like an unscented coin in circulation.
Somewhere between wakefulness and dreams, perhaps you'll catch a whisper of mountain lavender, the ghost of an idea that once made even tax collectors do their jobs with something resembling peace.
Sweet dreams.
Imagine a world where every transaction is a dance, where the hustle and bustle of daily life is softened by the soothing balm of a shared experience.
This is the essence of true wealth: interactions enriched with empathy and understanding. Consider how your day-to-day dealings might transform if you took a moment to breathe deeply and connect with the people around you. What if you approached each encounter with the intent to create a fragrant atmosphere of calm?
Think of the possibilities that arise when you value not just the outcome, but the journey and the feelings shared. In a world that often feels transactional and cold, you have the power to infuse warmth and humanity into every exchange. This is your gift, your currency of calm, an offering that resonates beyond mere words. As you lay your head down tonight, reflect on the possibilities that await in tomorrow's interactions. Let go of the weight of the day, allow yourself to hope for the beauty of connection. May your dreams be filled with the sense of possibility, of peace, and of compassion. And as you wake, carry that fragrant spirit with you, let it guide your actions and intentions. Remember, every breath is a chance to create a ripple of tranquility in a world that so desperately needs it. You are not just a participant in the economic dance, you are a creator of harmony. With each decision, you have the ability to choose connection over conflict, understanding over indifference. So, as you drift into slumber, envision a new dawn, a day where your currency of calm transforms not just your world, but the world around you. Let that vision fill you with motivation and purpose, igniting a fire within to make each moment count. Because in the end, it's not just about what you have, but how you make others feel. This is the legacy you can leave behind, an imprint of kindness and serenity. So breathe in deeply, let the modern world dissolve, and dream of a brighter tomorrow. Let the whispers of ancient wisdom guide you, reminding you that true wealth is found in the heart. May you wake refreshed, ready to share your unique scent of calm with the world.